If you want to rank for high value, high volume search terms in Google, you need backlinks. That is a simple fact in today's search landscape. In fact, the importance of backlinks is only growing. The good news is in this video, I'm going to show you how to get 100 white hat, good quality backlinks in under an hour's work. I'm going to do it for this site here, the Outdoor Warehouse. It sells fishing gear. That'll be my example site today. And let's use the example of these products, trolling motors. Yes, I speak funny. I should have chose a product that I don't say in such a silly accent. But let's look at the keyword trolling motors. Okay, trollingmotors.net, they are ranking in position one for that keyword, high value commercial keyword, 34K in search volume, lots of high value products in that space. So, trollingmotors.net, they've got 532 referring domains that are giving them backlinks to their domain. Okay. Whereas my example site here, outdoorwarehouse.com, we have 89 referring domains. So we've got some catching up to do, which is why this strategy, where we can get 100 organic, good quality backlinks in less than an hour's work, is going to be like SEO gold dust. Now, unfortunately, any site can get 100 high quality backlinks in an hour if they have deep enough pockets. You can see here typical cost of a high quality backlink from an agency that's doing proper white hat methods. Normally, I think 2 grand's a bit high, probably closer to that $200 mark. Okay. And that's fine if we've got really deep pockets. And for those 100 backlinks, we want to spend 20K. Now, I'm willing to bet that 99% of the viewers of this video don't have a 20K budget to be spending on backlinks to try and rank. What's even worse is actually purchasing backlinks is against Google's policies and can lead to your domain being penalized. Now, everyone does it to some extent, and it's very rare you see a domain slapped purely for buying backlinks, but Google can tell an unnatural backlink profile. And that is why it's so effective if we can build organic backlinks because it requires no budget and it looks more natural and hyper relevant to Google. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do now in less than an hour's work, leveraging AI. So, firstly, we leverage AI to do research that would normally take us hours in a matter of minutes. In this case, ChatGPT in agent mode. First things first, it's given me the 200 most populated cities in the US. And then I've asked it to get me 5 businesses that I can go to in each of these cities to buy equipment for fishing. Think rods, bait, clothing. Now, crucially, these are not what I sell on my site. So we're not competitors. In this site, my example site in this case, the Outdoor Warehouse, we sell high ticket equipment like trolling motors. And this example business will sell things like bait, rods, what my ideal customer will need to buy before they go on a trip. So I asked ChatGPT to work in agent mode and I ask it to find me 5 businesses that sell things like bait, rods, tackle in each of the 200 cities. And it's going to give me that in the form of a spreadsheet in a matter of minutes. Now, I've actually stopped it early because normally for that much data, it'll take about 15 minutes, but you can see the format it's going to spit it out in. You can see it's going to give me the business name, the address, the phone number, and the email. Okay, great. So what do I do with that to get my backlinks? Well, first I'm going to get the AI to create a resource for me on my site. So you can see here I've got a page structure that I'm going to give it. The H2 will always be best places to buy fishing equipment in, and then for example, New York or any of the 200 cities. And then we'll have H3s, which are the name of the businesses. I asked it to get me 5 per city, and then a short description on why it included it and what the business is about, and then its phone number, address, and a link to that business. Great. Now I have a resource that can go on my website, and it's going to look something like this. Here is a site that sells e-bikes to hunters, and you can see here they've executed this strategy very well. I know the owner of this site, and they have top 3 hunting outfitters in Illinois. They've got the list of the businesses and then a link to their website. Now, just by doing this, I've juiced up my SEO with minimal effort. The AI has found me 200 businesses that I can create pages for, and then it's going to create those 200 pages. And these can rank for local SEO keywords. For example, this H2 here, best places to buy fishing equipment in, and then let's say New York, and then of course the other 199 cities. Now, these are pages that will rank for those terms and get hyper relevant, niche relevant traffic. But I'm really in it for the backlinks, and this is the final piece of the strategy. Before I show you, if you want all of my prompts, my strategies, my entire playbook, I give it all away within my community. There's a link to join that below. But now I'll show you the outreach piece, which is how we get the backlinks portion of this strategy. And here I've got an email that I'm going to be able to send at scale using a mass email sender like Mail Meteor, which is the one I like to use. And you can see here, I'm going to reach out to all of these brands and say, look, your brand appeared in this list. It'll be dynamic. So the 1,000 different brands that GPT found me will get dropped in there and sent to each individual one. And you can see that's a bit of curiosity. Okay, my brand appeared in this list. Is that a good thing, a bad thing? And then I'll tell them that we essentially serve fishing enthusiasts. We sell premium equipment. Great news is we featured your store as one of the best places to buy bait, tackle, apparel, etc. in your city. We base this on some factors, including reviews, etc. So there's been some thought going into this list, and we'll be recommending your shop to all of our customers in that city going forward. So we've created value for them. And crucially, we encourage them to shout about this on their site, and we give them some copy to make it really easy for them, which essentially says that they've been recognized by our store as one of the best fishing supply stores in, say, New York City, within our directory, selected based on reviews, expertise, etc., and then a link to where we featured them on the page that we talked about that looks a bit like this. Now, that there is our backlink to our domain, but we made it worth their while to give it to us organically. Now, look, the vast majority aren't going to take action on this, even though we've made it worth their while. But because we do this at scale using AI, the numbers still stack up. Because we push this to 1,000 businesses in under an hour's work, even though only about 10% will take action, normally 10 to 20 is the benchmark for this strategy, that still generates us at least 100 new hyper relevant backlinks. Now, if we go back to our Gemini benchmarking of how much that's worth, we're looking at about 20K based on the benchmarking it gave us earlier of about $200 per high quality backlink. And so that means that by doing this, we've generated, let's call it 15K's worth of backlinks, but crucially with topical relevance. These are physical retail stores, so real businesses that Google knows and trusts that are in our niche. They sell fishing equipment. And so the backlinks are even more powerful because they're hyper relevant to our domain. Every single one of my videos gives away high value strategies like this with real life examples that you can actually implement. I release new videos every week, so be sure to subscribe and go ahead and watch the catalog. I promise you'll get loads of value.